Chapter 14. The Pontiff and Sri Bhagavan. About the year 1948, the ashram received a letter from His Holiness Sri Shankaracharya of Puri, from the Govardhana Muth, expressing his desire to pay a visit to Bhagavan and to get certain doubts cleared. Incidentally, the letter categorically mentioned the doubts and asked that they might be solved in a reply letter. The chief of these doubts referred to a certain agamic text called the Hara Gadi Samyugat. And the teacher asked what this is, this Avachaya Yogaha. I placed this letter at the feet of Bhagavan and asked what answer should be sent to him. Bhagavan simply laughed and said that the questioner knew it all himself and needed no fresh light, but that he would know it better when he came in person. A reply was accordingly sent on these lines. After some days, the Acharya visited the ashram, and Bhagavan gave instructions for him to be received and attended to with all care and respect for his exalted position. The ashramites spared no pains in arranging for his reception and accommodation. Sri Bhagavan was seated in the golden Jubilee Hall on the granite sofa, and eager spectators had gathered in their hundreds. Quite near to Bhagavan's sofa, a small dais was arranged with a deer skin for the pontiff to sit on, and then he was escorted to the presence of Bhagavan. On coming before the Maharshi, the teacher greeted him with his staff, as is the custom of sannyasas, and was shown the seat arranged for him. He was surprised that so prominent a seat had been allotted. He asked the dais to be removed, spread the deer skin on the ground, and sat on that. After a little preliminary talk, the teacher repeated the main question of his letter and asked Bhagavan to enlighten him on the meaning of this phrase. Bhagavan gave him his look of grace and was silent, and the teacher was all receptivity. No words were exchanged between them. Thus over half an hour passed. Then Bhagavan smiled and said, "What is there to explain? You know it already. This text represents only the very essence of divine knowledge. When nature unites with the person, then the visible becomes all shadows. It is as meaningful as pictures on the cinema screen. And then will be experienced the state of all self as seen. The one being consciousness, which projects all this out of itself, sustains and then withdraws it again into itself. Having swallowed all the shadows of this world, itself dances as the ocean of bliss, reality, or the substratum of all that is, was, and shall be. And then Atman is I. The teacher seemed to have received new light and life. He was all joy. He said that in all his wandering through the country, he had tried to be enlightened about this mystery, but it was only here that he got the secret and the truth of light as explained in the text of Vedanta. So overwhelmed with joy was he that he repeated his visit to Bhagavan when the Matru Baswara shrine was consecrated, And he personally supervised all the rituals in the yogasalas, the sacrifice halls, and saw to it that everything went off all right.